Hi everyone, I am Lulu Davis and you are listening to a brand new episode of Raising Rockstars. Now, I know it's been a while, but have to say the bands have been keeping me extremely busy lately and we are about to launch into festival season as well. So I thought that some of the topics that I could go over in the coming weeks would be festival related, live related. Today, I particularly want to talk about festival etiquette because we have a lot of bands touring over the summer. I'll be at Download Festival next week with Vola and Unprocessed, and then they will also go on to perform at festivals such as Copenhagen, Sweden Rock, Hellfest, Grass Pop, Mystic, Rock for People. We've got Arctangent coming up. We've got bands at various festivals all across the summer. So it's a very, very high traffic, busy period for us as artist managers. And there are just some things that might be cool to go over and just talk about a little bit, and what you can be thinking of when your band's been invited to perform at a music festival. What are some of the things that we need to consider? What is general festival etiquette? How can we make the most out of our experience at a music festival? So let's just start with the basics. You've been offered an opportunity at a music festival. It's your first time performing there. You're probably on one of the smaller stages, maybe your slot's slightly earlier in the day. Your fee is probably also not huge, so it's going to be an investment, right? So first of all, a little bit of planning is going to be essential for you to be able to do the festival in the most meaningful way possible. So running a budget is the first thing that I always think about whenever we have bands performing live. We pull up a budget, and we take into consideration things like how much is van hire, how much are the flights, do we need a driver? If so, how much does the driver cost? How much is fuel? Do we need any backline for the event? If not, we check in with the festival, we check what backline they have. 9 times out of 10, you'll use their backline. If you have any specific considerations that you need to bring, you need to factor that in. Is there enough space in the van for our equipment? What are the additional baggage costs if we're flying? And then there are other things such as merch production. Maybe there are some visa implications as well. Maybe you need to apply for an electronic travel authorization for the UK. Maybe you need to apply for a visa to go to the US, whatever it may be. These are all costs that factor into performing live. Make sure that you have the right carnet with the specific list of equipment that you're carrying around. So all of these are cost implications of performing live wherever you go. So it's important to factor that in, and just to ensure that everyone's on the same page. If you need a little bit of investment from everyone, if everyone is contributing towards making this event happen because it's going to be a meaningful promotional activity for you, then these are all of the things that need discussing ahead of time. However, you also have the ability to sell merch. So it might be cool to bring some existing merch, or you might want to get an exclusive new design made for a festival. Maybe you're doing a bunch of festivals across the summer and you have a mini tour shirt made exclusively for that run. That's what we've been doing with some of our clients as well. So there's some of the things that you might want to think about. Generally at music festivals, the merch sales are lower than what you would expect to see at a headline show or even a show whereby you're supporting a bigger band, because there's obviously a lot of choice. People go to a festival, it's like hundreds of bands playing and you're not going to walk away with hundreds of t-shirts. So make it stand out. Make people know that when you're performing, that the best way that they can support you is by going and purchasing some merch, or maybe you have some flyers or business cards with QR codes on that you can hand out at the festival so that people can also support you afterwards. That's also a little bit of a way that you can alleviate some of that financial pressure with bringing in some of the new fans after you've performed and having them support you. And then maybe they buy a CD or they download your music or they stream it. Another area where you might be able to generate some financial support is through funding. An export market grant could be something that's really interesting because they want to know that the music that they have in their country is being promoted elsewhere. So if you're looking at an international opportunity, it's always good to check in on funding. When you get to a music festival, there are many things that you can do to really make the most of your time there. So first and foremost, you get to the festival, you collect your accreditation, you probably bump into some mates bands along the way or people that you recognize. Festivals are such a crucial opportunity for networking and for creating connections for your band. So first and foremost, raising awareness of when you're playing and at what stage, at what time is a really good idea, particularly if not many people know who you are at this point. Obviously, you're going to be counting on discoverability at the festival, and that's obviously why you're playing, to get new fans and to be exposed to new people and hope that people are going to discover you through your amazing performance. So let people know when you're playing. Do a little bit of promotion. Back in the day, when I had really young bands playing festivals for the first time, they used to create like leaflets, they used to flyer, stickers and stuff like that. I wouldn't say it's as common nowadays to do that, but it's not a bad idea either. And leading up to the event, really doing as much promotion online as possible and doing some online call to actions to let people know exactly where they can see you play is something that I encourage, particularly if you are a relatively unknown artist at this point. So those are some of the things that you can do to get people aware of who you are and what you're doing. And a lot of the time, people will just wander past your stage and they'll be like, oh, this is awesome. What is this? And then they'll stick around. So that's kind of what you hope at a festival, really. And we hope that for all of our bands, like even my more established bands, we play festivals so we can expose the music to more people. And we start on the lower stages and we work our way up and up and up. And then over time, you get there, you get to the main stage, you get to the headline positions, you get to the point whereby you earn enough money to bring production and a big crew and all of these things. But in the beginning, it's likely going to be an investment. So keep that in mind. Some bands may or may not want to bring crew with them. Most of the in-house engineers at the festivals are extremely professional and they've done this for a very, very long time. Providing you equip them with the correct tech rider, stage plot, and any specific needs for your audio technical setup, you should be fine. However, if you do have any doubts, then I would probably just bring your own and they can work with the on-the-ground crew to ensure that you have as positive experience as possible. There are always risks of technical challenges. At festivals, we've had it so many times with our bands, I can't even tell you. And sometimes it can be particularly stressful because you really are on the timer. You have very quick changeovers. You probably have a much shorter set than normal. And you want to get in there, you want to play and you want to get out, right? Because you've got to then make way for the next band to come on and it needs to be this seamless operation. So when it comes to, again, talking about festival etiquette and ensuring that you are as well equipped as you possibly can be, it's always a good idea to test all of your equipment before you go to the festival. Test it when you get off the plane. Spend the hours leading up to your stage time, just ensuring, is everything working? Do I need new batteries? Is my strap going to fall off? Whatever it may be. And you may or may not get a sound check. Line check is probably a bit more common. In the short amount of changeovers that you have, you may get to run through half a song or something. I would just prepare as much as you possibly can. There is always going to be instances whereby something's gone wrong somewhere and you just don't know how to fix it. But hopefully by having all of the professionals that are on the ground, you can all problem solve together to get it sorted. One thing I would advise in that situation is try to keep a level head. Don't be rude to anyone. Don't get aggressive. Don't get impatient. I know it's very easy to get frustrated in that scenario because you just want to get on stage and you want to play. But people will remember your conduct in these times of struggle. And most of the time they resolve themselves. And maybe during the set, things will just get better and better and better. So yeah, there's just a few words on that because I've seen this many times with bands. And there are people who just put the blame on people or they have a go at the staff. And it's not anyone's fault in particular, but that can really prohibit you from getting further opportunities and maintaining a positive reputation, because what you ideally want is you want to turn up at this festival, you want to be professional, you want to be efficient, you want to be kind, you want to be responsible, and you want to be friendly. You want to be remembered by the team that are working long and hard days, day in, day out to make this festival a success. What they don't need is some band getting shitty with them and being impatient and being really difficult and unprofessional to work with. So I always just like to remind bands of this. And I know it feels like it goes without saying, but not all the time. So I think it's just good sometimes just to remember we're all in this for a common goal at the end of the day. The people that are working at the festival want to make it a success. They want you to have a positive experience. You want to have a positive experience. So just work together. Teamwork really does make the dream work in these scenarios. So they're just a few pointers more on the challenges side of things. Another thing to make your festival experience as positive as possible, alliteration, is locating a promoter or organizer or someone that you've been in touch with along the way. Maybe it's the advancing person, maybe it's someone in the media and press area, and just go and introduce yourself, say thank you for having you, compliment the festival. It's like, we're having a really great time. It's organized really well. We really appreciate what you've done for us. It really goes a long way. Like, I always personally try to acknowledge the hard work of the people, especially the people who are running stuff behind the scenes, because I know how hard and challenging that can be. And people may think that they just turn up at a festival and everything just works, but it doesn't. It takes a village. So yeah, just really be polite and appreciative. Go and introduce yourself to as many people as possible. Have them remember you, and have them remember you for a positive reason. Not just because you had an amazing performance, but because you're just awesome people that they know that they're going to want to work with time and time again. Another thing we should probably touch on is like promotion as well. If you're a band that doesn't have a publicist, for example, you may want to look into doing some independent promotion on site at the music festival and organising a few interviews. And this is something that ordinarily a publicist would coordinate for you, or maybe even a manager. But if you don't have either of those people on your team, what you can do is you can write to the media and press person, and there's probably going to be a contact in the advancing document that you have. I would reach out to them and say, hey, we're in this band and we're playing on this day at this time. We have a window of opportunity for press. 1, can we please have the press list of people attending your festival? Or 2, could you please assist us in writing to a bunch of the journalists and seeing if maybe they'd like to have a chat with us on site? Because when you're there, really making the most of the opportunity, chatting to as many people as possible, connecting with the media, maybe there are a couple of podcasts there, maybe there are some creators or influencers that you might be able to collaborate and do some content with, might be worth reaching out to them. Maybe some of the more content creation, reaction channel or influencer type people might be more open for you to DM them on Instagram, or if there is a contact email there, you can normally get in touch proactively and say, hey, I noticed you're going to be at this festival. We would love to meet you there. We love your work. We would love to get involved and see if there's something that we can do together. So these are some of the things that you can do as well to just really maximize the opportunity when you're on the ground and to do a little bit of promotion there, because after the festival, you'll then be sent your photos, maybe you'll be sent some footage, you'll be sent the interviews that you did on site, and you can have this as continued promotion for your social media strategy. That also brings me to the photo and video component, because I would argue that having your own photographer and videographer as part of your crew is really, really important nowadays. It's not always necessary, and a lot of bands don't necessarily have the budget for it. So if you have a friend who is really good at photography or video that really would love to come with you on this adventure, and they can do it for like travel expenses or whatever, you can do it that way. You can hire someone who is more professional, who you invest in them, you invest in their professionalism and their skills and experience, and you pay them the fee that they ask for. Or alternatively, if you really are lacking the resources and you're lacking the budget, I would maybe just ask the festival and say, hey, we're performing on this stage at this time. Will your official festival photographers be there? And are we able to gain access to some of those photos afterwards? And 9 times out of 10, it'll be absolutely fine, and you'll be able to use them, and they'll probably post them on their social media as well. So there are a bunch of things you can do to ensure that you have decent photo and video following your set. And you can also request fan footage. There are going to be a lot of people who are filming parts of your set, and if you have a particular moment in time in your set where you think, we really want the fans to film this, like, or we want them to get involved, or something like that. Hey guys, you don't want to miss this. We'd really appreciate it if some of you caught this on camera and sent it to us afterwards. We want to create a fan video, try and get a little bit more engagement and involvement there. I think that's also a really good way as well of connecting with the fans and just having them be a part of the experience. So there's some of the things that you can do to make the most of your experience there at the festival. On a more general networking and professional connection level, I would really use this opportunity to mingle with some of the bands. If you see a band that you're a fan of, just go and say hey. I wouldn't invade their space or anything like that, but just say hi. Nice to see you. Looking forward to your performance. We're in this band. We're also playing. If you get a chance, come check us out. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. It's also a really good opportunity as well to identify any industry members that might be there. It may be an opportunity for you to invite a label to come and see your set, or a booking agent, or potential managers, for example. So I would just be as proactive as possible and just kind of zoom out a little bit and really just get a sense of who's going to be at this event. How can we really benefit from this, and what meaningful connections can we make? There's work to be done, and festivals are just generally a really good opportunity for profile building and connections. They're just a few thoughts on the topic, and I will see if I can think of anything else, and if I can, I'll pop it in a newsletter. What I'm currently doing is I'm building a fresh new database of bands all around the world, because ultimately what I want to achieve is, if I have a band touring, let's say I've got a band going to Latin America and we've got them playing in a bunch of different countries, but we need like local support acts for these shows. I want to be able to go into my database and see, who have I got in this country that could potentially support my band? Who is relevant? Who is active? What bands are suitable to join my band on these shows? And it may be the case as well whereby we have local support opportunities on a tour across like Europe or the USA, for example. We're frequently looking for local supports. And I want to be able to just go into my database and be like, who are the cool options? What can we draw from here? And that's why I'm building this brand new database. So if you go to the link in the description, I have listed there my band database sign up link. I think it's luludavis.co.uk/band sign up. So please head to that link, pop in your details in there. You just never know what opportunity might be able to come your way as a result of doing that. And I just really also want to extend these opportunities to young and developing acts, because that's what this is all about at the end of the day. I want to raise rock stars. I want to raise the next generation of the music industry and the exciting bands that are currently coming out and moving forward with new music, because that's really important. The new wave of the music industry is always going to be so important, because you guys are the future headliners. And this is also what I've been doing for such a long time, and I love it. I enjoy it. I just want to be able to give back a little bit to the younger acts. So I want to be able to integrate that somehow in the work that I'm doing. Thank you so much for listening. And don't forget to check my website, as well as the free resources, consultations, and soon I will also be launching an ebook. So thank you very much for listening. I'm Lulu Davis, and I'll talk to you next time.